Okay, it's 5 o'clock. We're going live. Give people a minute here to join. I just tried it a couple minutes ago. Well, probably closer to 10 minutes ago, and I don't think YouTube was working quite right. People kept joining and then leaving immediately, and I wasn't getting any comments. Blake the Collector, I'm first. How you doing? It says there's 0 people in here, but there you are. YouTube is obviously not working very well. It's telling me 0 people here, 0 likes. Oh, now there's a person and a like. Okay. I'm going to try and keep this to an hour. I want to be done by around 6. Too fast for YouTube. Yeah. That's definitely it. I'm going to try and keep it to about 6 o'clock. That way, those of you who want to watch the Super Bowl like I do are able to do it and doesn't interfere with the live. So, any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments at any time. If I'm on a rampage, I'll get to them in a minute. Did you see that I got 400? Yeah, I saw that. I was the, I think, 11th person to like the post. So I apologize for last Sunday's video. Today is the makeup for that. So we still will have a live next Sunday. This week was super nice here. So I was just trying to get a bunch of stuff done. You see I got 2 logging videos out. The first one, it hadn't quite dried up enough. I think I did that on like Tuesday or something. And so I waited, and John came out Friday, my bad. And we were able to get quite a bit more done. It had dried up a lot more. We're thinking we might be able to do it again this coming week also. We got a little bit of rain Saturday morning. Rained for about 10 minutes, maybe 20. Didn't really pay attention. It didn't rain for long. Didn't really get super wet, so we're thinking if it doesn't rain this week, we might be able to do something else. I've been working on the 400 and the 140s and just tinkering around with other stuff. Well, we've been working on the backhoe over here this weekend. Put all LEDs on the front, flashers, put forks on it. So we've been fairly busy this week. Hopefully next week will be better, but we'll see. If I don't get to the live as of this coming Sunday, next Sunday, then I guess we'll just have to make it up again. I don't really know what else to do if I'm busy trying to make other videos and I forget about it or something. I mean, that does happen occasionally. I was going to not do one today because of Super Bowl Sunday, but here we are. I just got a comment. How much are you selling the blue 140 for? I am selling it $500 and the hood and seat are not included. It is not yet listed anywhere. I just put it on YouTube here. I need to get it listed here before too long. If I don't get any bites from YouTube, I had a couple people that thought they might be interested, so I haven't heard anything from them. So it'll be getting listed here pretty soon. It's mostly complete, no hood, no seat. The front bumper is gone, the grill's gone. It never had the plug in the rear for the top link if it had 3-point. It was stolen before I got it. But other than that, I think it's pretty well complete. Well, it doesn't have an airbox system on it. It's sitting right here. But yeah, I am not sending the hood and seat with it. I'm keeping those for a project in the future here. If anybody's interested in it, drop a comment and we'll get you set up. Also, if anybody knows anybody that wants some cubs, I'm going to sell my 4. They're just, I tried to like them. I really did, guys. For any cub guys out there, man, you guys, you need to try out some deers, because these cubs are pieces of junk. I'm telling you what. I really did try to like them, but holy mackerel. I'm just going to sell all 4 of them, and I'll hang on to a few Graveleys, and other than that, I'll be all deer. Only cub he wants is a 682. Well, that's even worse, probably. I think, let's see here. I think a 682, that's not the diesel one, is it? I don't think it is. I think that's probably got an Onan in it, which would be a mistake if it does. But don't quote me on that. I'm not a cub guy. But if it is an Onan, you don't want that. Trying to adjust y'all to be a little more level here. I have not yet listed this other, this cub over here, but 682 has a Kohler. Would that be, let's see here, a 7, let's see here. They had a 482 and that was a 12 horse Briggs or something like that. What Kohler would that have in it? Would that be like a Kohler Magnum or something? Let me know. Before too long, I'd like to get the 212 over to the other building and start the restoration process on it. I'm not actually going to start any painting yet, obviously, but I would like to get a head start on rebuilding the engine before spring rolls around. So as soon as the 400's out of there and maybe the other Gravely, I'm going to zap the 212 over there, and we're going to get the engine out, and then the 212 can come back over here. But we're going to get to work taking the engine apart. I already bought a rebuild kit for it, and so I need to get it to the machine shop. Once that is to the machine shop, I will probably do the patio transmission, and hopefully before too long I get the engine back from the machine shop and can get it together about the time it's time to paint it. Kohler KT17. Oh, okay. I didn't know that Cub used one of those. So 682 is basically a Cub Cadet version of the John Deere 317. Great. Well, why the heck would you want a Cub Cadet version? I mean, really? I would rather the John Deere version. Better looking. Those Cub Cadet 82 series are some ugly ass tractors, and they're not real good either. I've seen a few, and they're not real good. They're real ugly, and they're kind of useless, and they're just kind of look like a cardboard box painted red. 17 horse engine in it is fine, but it's way better put to use in a John Deere. I'd want it for sentimental value, just for shows. Oh, I see. Have one in the family previously? That's always nice. You know, I see there's 4 people in here, but we only got 1 person in the comments here, so feel free to drop a comment, everybody. And YouTube's live chat comments aren't working very well. How good's the video quality, guys? It looks clear on my end, but of course it always does. Come on, YouTube. Till the trans went kaboom. Nice. Well, I guess that's what you get with a scrub. Okay. Video quality to spot on. Look here, YouTube. I want you to do this, okay? It's not showing me comments when they show up. It's not being good. It's not doing what it's supposed to here. Maybe now it will. I switched to live chat, which I had already did once. Alrighty. Any questions? Anything I can answer? fairly decent week. Again, I would like to get some more videos done and taken care of. So hopefully we'll have some more videos coming out soon. But it's going to have to dry up a little bit more since it rained Saturday. So we'll see what we end up with. Also, for the logging video that was uploaded this morning, I think I uploaded it this morning, that sounds right. For anybody who was wondering why it kept cutting and jumping around, it's because I used the knockoff GoPro I have, and it didn't do very good. It lost a bunch of footage and corrupted a bunch of footage. So I used what I had. I would like to get a new one, but I just haven't done it yet. Blade that's on the restored 140, could it go on a 400? No, it can't. Heard 400 frames are larger. Yep, the 400 takes its own attachments. No other attachment will fit a 400 other than the 400 attachments. No blade that'll fit a 140 will fit any 400 series though. They'll fit 1 and 300s, but it's not for sale anyway, so. I wouldn't mind getting a blade for a 400, but I don't think I'm going to go real crazy because I'd like to build a V-plow for the 400, so that might be on the agenda. Eventually, I've wanted to do that for several years now, and I just haven't done it. Once I have the 400 done and usable, I might get to it though. We'll see. I've got, I think, 4 100 series blades, the gear drive blades, and I'm going to use 2 of those, cut them up a little bit and custom build my own, or that's at least the current plan. Like to get a blade for mine. Yep, I would too, but I'm gonna, like I said, I think I'm just gonna build one for mine eventually, unless I come up with one fairly cheap eventually somewhere. Somebody's got the damn dog pretty close, it sounds like. Dang peoples. You guys hear that? I think 400 blades are probably expensive. Oh yeah, they're about $600 or $800 for a good one. It seems like. I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they don't usually go for that. But the last couple I've seen, people have claimed that's what they got. I would think they're not worth much more than a blade like what's on the 140. Probably $500 or $600 would be tops, but I have seen people go crazy over them because there wasn't as many. I mean, they're a specific blade. People think we are rich with these blades. Well, you about have to be nowadays to buy one. I got lucky, and I got this one for $100. The way it is. New cylinders, new hoses, new springs, new everything. Got a custom-made cutting edge on it, which is kind of crap. It's plastic, so I want to switch it back out for a metal one, but I've been too lazy thus far. Oh, shut up, you stupid dog. Good grief. Dang people have their dogs barking. Yeah, is right. shouldn't be allowed to own a dog if it won't shut the hell up. Train it when it's young to be quiet. Not hard to train them. You just smack the shit out of them. Take Tractor out and scare the dog. I'd like to shoot it with a damn BB gun, but that's not supposed to do that. My critters learn when they're not behaving. I bonk them on the head. Get a piece rolled up newspaper or something and bonk. They learn pretty fast usually. But some people are too damn stupid to do that. They don't want to discipline their animals. Same with their kids. But that's a whole nother thing. Okay. Oh, 2x4s work great. Yep, they would. That is true. So I have been developing a growing list of things I need to do to this tractor. This is my 1971 140 H3. It doesn't charge the battery. I put a new regulator on it, hoping more like, that was the problem, and that didn't do a darn bit of good. So it needs a stator, meaning you have to pull the engine. So I'd like to pull the engine into a stator. I'm thinking while it's apart, I'll remove the balance gears if it still has them in it. And then while I have the engine apart, I figured I might as well put rings in it. Doesn't really burn any oil or do anything like that, but never hurts to have a new set of rings. And then the last time I went to start it, I turned the key and it clicked. Turned it several times to get it to go, but the solenoid's going bad. So I'm going to need to do a solenoid in it. So it's probably this summer or maybe spring. I don't know. Sometime I need to get to this. Not sure what all I need to do to it other than the few things that I've listed. I don't think it leaks any oil real bad. So just mainly I need it to charge the battery, and preferably turning over to start would be, ideal anyway. Would a stator affect spark? Nope. Spark is super easy to diagnose. If you don't have spark at the plug, check to make sure you have positive coil. When you have the key on, positive power to the positive on the coil. If you do, then you check, turn it over, and see if the points are intermittently giving it negative power to the other side of the coil. If they are, probably your coil is bad. Well, just cut a stator out of my 110. Why'd you cut a stator out of your 110? Stator is what charges it. You're going to need that. Oh, probably because it's a solid state. Woo! Those solid states are problematic. Just switch it over to electric ignition. It's very easy. It wasn't charging anyway. You're going to need a different flywheel to put a normal stator on it, though, if it is solid state. If you need a part stoner engine, 8 horse, have a 208 I'm going to sell that would be good for parts. Yeah, I'm allergic to solid states. They're a pain in the butt. This is the facts right here. I'm allergic to solid state, so don't bring them here. I don't want them. I get rid of them and switch them over to electric ignition when I get them. But I try to avoid them in the first place, so yeah. May need a donor engine. Well, I got a 208 sitting right outside that may just have your name on it. I bought it for the front wheels for my 208. So, would you avoid a solid state if it was free? No, I probably wouldn't. I would take it if it was free, and then I would switch it over to electric ignition. I would, however, avoid an Onan if it was free, unless it was free and delivered for free. Most of those dang 110s have the stupid solid state in them. You just got to switch them over to electric ignition. I don't know why they did that. The 68 I had was that way. The 69s I've had were that way. The 71s I've had were that way. I don't remember about 70. I think most of the 8-horse 110s I've had, though, were solid state. You just put a coil on them, switch them over. Well, it was Kohler doing it, not John Deere. Kohler felt the need to put the solid state on 8 horses. They were experimenting. Just like in 69, they did it with the 14 horses. That's why 69 140s have solid state. They thought that they would try it and see if it worked. And, well, it didn't. I mean, it does last quite a lot longer than a coil does, if you take care of it. But then you can't get a new one, and they're just a pain in the butt. The wires get bare under the flywheel and short it out and ground it out, kill it, lose spark. Just not worth it. They'd be great if they would work, but as they get old, things don't work, and all that stuff isn't just easily replaceable. I wasn't able to find a solid state stator for my 110 when I was looking. My 110 has a coil. Well, then it's not solid state. Oh boy, that was not good. We'll point you over this way, I guess. Change it up a little bit here. Solid state, I guess what you could call a coil, is under the flywheel. What did it say? You could, like I said, check to make sure you're getting power to both sides of your coil. If you're getting positive power to your coil, then you don't have a safety being misbehaved. If you're not getting positive power to the coil, I would just suggest running a wire from the key switch to the coil and saying the hell with all the safeties. If you are in fact getting power to the coil on the positive side, check and see if you are getting negative power intermittently while turning it over from the points. If you are not, then your points either need cleaned or you have bad connection or a bad wire somewhere. If you are, your coil is probably bad. Ooh, boy. Noted. Cool. Okay. Glad we got that cleared up. So as of this spring, I will be parting out this snowmobile. I don't believe it's a video-worthy activity, but does anybody need any snowmobile parts? If you want a video out of it, I guess we can make one, but all we're going to do is rip it apart and sell everything except the skis and the track. I want to keep those for mine. $528. Okay. Well, I don't have near the conversation going on when I do it at 5 instead of 6. All right. Any questions, comments, video requests? What do we got? Anything else we need to go over today? Got the starter back for the 400, so I'll be getting that together hopefully soon. Video out on that. I would look for that in the next week or two. Got all my questions answered. Well, good. Oh, I know. Why don't you bring us pizza there, Blake? I'll say it first. Got the 400, somewhat running today. Oh yeah? What'd it do? Fire off of ether? Bring it to Ether Bunny? As Matt over at Diesel Creek says. Pizza for the Super Bowl? Yeah, sure. That actually sounds like a pretty darn good idea. Now that you mention it, I may actually do that later on while I'm watching the Super Bowl. Pizza, chips. Oh yeah, that sounds like a darn good start. Yeah, the carb had about an inch of rust. So it'll run, right? Oh yeah, it should run with no problem. An inch of rust, it would be full. I mean, I think the dang float bowl's only an inch deep. So yeah, it should run off of rust. Just rebuild on her. Give it the old carb cleaner rebuild. Call it a day. Unless you want to get fancy, then you can stick it in the ultrasonic cleaner, you know, run it through there for a couple of hours. Now, look here, YouTube. Yeah, no more gas. Rust-powered tractor. That sounds useful. Got lots of rust up in here. Ohio has all kinds of rust. All we'd have to do is hit the frames and bodies of our trucks with a hammer and we'd have enough rust to run for days. Ding dang, Ohio and Pennsylvania and Indiana and Michigan and all over the place up here. Nobody knows how to chill on the salt on the road. Just let natural selection take place. The stupid ones that don't know how to drive will weed themselves out. Yep. All right. Well, I don't know when John's version of the logging I put out today will be out. I don't know when his will be ready. He likes to slack off a bit when it comes to editing, but whenever I see that it shows up, I'll let y'all know. Another thing, do you think your gas lines should be as hard as a rock? Oh yeah, that's fine as long as you don't take them off anything and want to put them back on and run them. That's normal. Them gas lines get real hard real fast, so if you don't have to take it off, just run it. If you do have to take it off, well, then you're just going to end up being shit out of luck. But otherwise, I just run them anymore. Fuel line has gotten way too expensive thanks to you-know-who. I used to be able to buy it for $1 a foot. Now it's $2 to $3 a foot. Bad thing is I got to take it off. Well, that's unfortunate for you. I guess you could heat it up with a torch and put it back on. Do they have a return line? No. No, I don't believe so. Let's see here. 400. I don't think a 400 does. I can't say I've ever had a gas tank out of one to tell you. I don't believe so. I think they just have I think they just have the one line. There's only one line running up on mine anyway, so if they do have a return line, I don't know about it. Check it out. We got 5 people in here. Welcome to the live, y'all. If you got any questions, drop them in the comments. We're just over here having a discussion, I guess. Gonna go ahead and go till about 6 o'clock, unless things cut out and we don't get much anything earlier than that. Then I mean, we won't just sit here with nobody in the live. But otherwise, we're gonna cut out at 6 o'clock and go watch Super Bowl. Let me order about 10 feet of line to make about half tractor. The 400 is huge. Well, you're going to have a lot of money in 10 foot of line, unfortunately. So I got a question for you guys. Those of you who film, what kind of camera do you use? I don't want some big ass clunky thing like what John uses over at Maniac Mower. He's got like a, looks like one of those old mom cams that they carry around that's about 5 pounds. I want something about the size of a GoPro, but I've heard a lot of bad things about GoPros. So what's everybody using? I don't really want to spend the money on a GoPro if they're not going to be much good. I currently use my phone, and then I have a fake GoPro that I try and use, but it's not very good. It's about 10 years old. I think I'll only need 6 feet or 4. Well, I think you'll need at least 6. Got to come forward from the tank and up and then forward the rest of the way to the engine. You use an iPhone. Well, I use my phone now. iPhones are for, how do I say this lightly? iPhones are for city people. They constantly break. I hate those things. So I currently film on my phone, but I would like to get something else because, well, it's convenient to be able to just put the mount on your head and not have to worry about it. Because especially running a 140, you already need 3 hands to run a 140. And if you're holding your phone, filming in one hand, you lose a hand. So I'd like to get something that I can just mount. I'd like a GoPro type of thing. GoPros are like $200-300 though, and they're not a whole lot of good from what I've heard. So I want to know what brand everybody's using. I'm looking at some knockoff brands on Scamazon. Look at that. I said iPhones are for city people, and my attendance count cut in half. Must be I have a lot of people on iPhones. I always hated those things. You look at them cross-eyed and they just break. They're just pieces of junk. Cameras on them aren't very good. I have had more trouble with this current phone, which is a newer model. I've had it for around a year now. I've had more trouble with this one than I've had with any other phone I've had. So maybe phones in general are going downhill. I don't really know. But never liked the Apple product. It's all kind of junky. Built for city girls that want to have the most expensive phone in the world when they're in high school. Also, another question for the audience. What does everybody use for a flashlight? I'd like to have something that is fairly compact to carry in my pocket, which I have, and I like it kind of, but it's not the best. I am not sponsored or anything, but it's just a little fella, and it's fairly bright. It's fairly light in here, and it still lights us up pretty good. But I'd also like to get a larger flashlight that that'll light up the whole yard in the middle of the night like it's daytime. I'm talking like 10,000 lumens. That's actual 10,000 lumens, not Amazon's version of 10,000 lumens, aka the metric lumen, I guess, is what Amazon goes by. I think 314 split in 3 parts. Tank to fuel pump to filter, filter to carb. Well, yeah, you go from the tank to the pump, and then from the pump to the carb, and you can put a filter in anywhere. Oh, you mean the 400. Okay. It's probably the same way as the rest of them. Mine only has one fuel line. The newer ones might have been changed. Mine is the 380th one ever built. It's first year. So, could be different. Don't know. I guess nobody has suggestions for a big-ass flashlight. I guess I'm not super surprised. I haven't been able to find a good one yet myself. Let's see here. Mine was one of the last ones built. Oh, okay. I think they stopped those in what, 86, 87? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Can't remember that much. Let me think here. What was I just going to ask? Oh, yeah. So I should probably just put a poll up on the community tab, but I'm going to ask here too. What is you guys' favorite kind of video that I do? Would you rather watch something like the logging videos, or plowing, or working on stuff, restoration videos, sweeping with the sweeper, or raking, or what? What do y'all like to watch? I could probably put a poll up on the community tab too, but I'm going to ask here also, just to see what I get. Oh, there goes the kitty cat. Hi, Whittles. Favorite kind, will it run, restorations, and fixing stuff. Okay. So you'd rather watch me fix shit than actually do things. I figured that would get boring after a little while, but I guess maybe not. Trying to figure out what kind of stuff I ought to be doing. I'm really slacking off this winter. This 400's taking more of my time up than I want it to be. And so is the Gravely. I haven't worked on it again yet this week. I need to fix it, or finish fixing it and get it running. And out here. Hi. Hi. Oh, I got a kitty cat. Yeah, I see you. You're a loudmouth. I like to see people get mad at these tractors like I do. That's nice. Is there a Rural King by you? They have some bright flashlight, light up everything. Yep, I usually get, for the most part, all my flashlights have come from TSC and Rural King. But I'd like to get something better than what I've been finding there. And I'm talking not just fairly bright. I got one that's fairly bright, but I want to be able to light up a tree line like daytime at, 500 yards. I'm talking a hell of a light. Because I have some fairly bright ones from RKO and TSC, but they aren't cutting it. I have one from TSC, really bright, but it takes, let's see here, I think it takes 12 AA batteries, and it'll go through those batteries in less than an hour. So it's just not efficient. I'd like something that's a little bit better, maybe rechargeable. That would be slightly cheaper to run, but I haven't found anything yet. Does the rear lockout valve make a difference when you have a plow on the front? Yes, it does. I'm assuming you're talking on like the 317 here. I do not have one on any of mine. I'd like to have one. If you do not have the lockout valve and you put a four-way blade on it and you hit something with the blade on, say, the right corner, it'll angle right and, say, pick up your sleeve hitch or your mower deck. And if you hit something on the left, it'll angle the blade left and drop your sleeve hitch or mower deck or whatever you have. And so you can't keep it straight. And also, when you're trying to angle it, your whatever attachment you have on that's lighter than the blade goes first. So you have to pull the lever back and wait for your attachment to come up, and then the blade will start to angle. And then if you hit something that just sets your sleeve hitch or mower deck or whatever back down and angles the blade the other way. So a lockout valve is a must if you're going to be using a four-way blade on any 300 series, really much. So yeah, that's the cat. That's the noise you're hearing. She's a big mouth, loud like most females. I mean, what? That's what I find on 318. I have to get one. Yep, I've had trouble finding one for my 317. I have one here, but it's froze up. I can't get it to move, so I might eventually put it on. But really, the 140's been on blade duty, so I don't really need to have the lockout on the 317 right yet. I also have a two-way blade until John buys it. He wants it. So I could put that on the 317 and then like a 100 series or 110, 112, 200 series, just get off and manually angle it. But that's less fat man approved. You want to be full lazy. Okay. Here you go, guys. She's sitting on the tractor. You're sitting on the wrong color of tractor there, Whitley. Hello, come here. Goofball. She listens about as good as any female. Widows. What are you doing? Her listening skills are minimal to none. You don't fit out there, fatso. Had to make her appearance on camera. No, I won't. It's easier just to walk away and ignore her. Let her yell. Oh, and there she is again. Hi, Whittles. Okay, so currently I have 5 140s, and I don't need 5 140s. So, are you done yelling? Darn cat. So obviously one of the patios is going to leave, but then I have 74, 73, and 71 that are green. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I don't really need the 74, but I really do like it. I'd like to keep 71, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet with 73. Don't exactly want to sell it yet, but I don't know. I'm still looking for bug eyes. If anybody sees any 140 H3, serial number 54948, I would like to have it. I'd like the 73. Why is that? Like yourself a project? Because a project she is. She's been sitting a while. Should be a real good one though. Supposedly transmission's rebuilt. Has like an hour on it. And here we go. Hello, Whittlekins. Wah. Gee, I wonder if she wants something. I need project 6 isn't enough. Yeah, I hear it. More projects is always funner, apparently. Hello, you goofy Whittle. Whittles wants to be on YouTube, evidently. All right, it is 5:50, so I'm going to start winding down this live. If there's any last minute thoughts, stick them in the comments ASAP. And we're going to get, she's going to be YouTube famous. Well, she hopes so, it looks like. She's a goofy kitty. She's a fuzzy kitty girl. She's stealing my chair. If there's any last thoughts, drop them in the comments now. Do you go to Mount Hope machine sale? Nope, I've never been. Who knows what she's up to now? Need to go. They usually have a lot of good stuff. Are you going? What are you doing, cat? Are you going to go to the 2-cylinder expo in Lancaster? I think I'm going to go just one day. She just walked through that tire. Whittle the weird kitty cat. I think I'm going to go down one day, but I am not going to go for all 3 days. April 27th. Things usually bring big money there, Jerry, or go fairly cheap? You going to bring any tractors? I'm not sure if I'm going to bring anything. I might bring one tractor just to ride around on, but I'm not going to put anything in the show. I'm thinking if I have this 212 done in time, I'll take it because, well, driving around a show would be a good break-in activity for a brand new engine. Not working it, but slowly getting it hot and tootling it around. So I'm thinking I might bring that if all goes well, but I'm not going to count on having it done in time, to be honest with y'all. Everything always picks up toward the end. Hit and miss parts tractor's cheap. Okay. So don't sell anything down there, but maybe go look around, possibly pick something up. You said it's April 27th. Do you have like a link to maybe a event for it on Facebook or somewhere? You can drop in the comments. Be quiet, cat. You might bring your 400. Well, that'll suck down an awful lot of gas if you drive it around all day. Anybody need a set of tires? Hello. These tires came off of the 140. I don't think I'm going to hang on to them. Dude, be quiet. Hope auction. Yeah, I figured that out today. Look at you, Whittles. You're going to be on camera. Need some 26 12-12s. Those are 24 12-12s. They're Carlisle something or another's that came off of the 140. They're oversized for 140, and I wasn't a big fan of them. Thought they looked kind of weird. 400s are gas guzzlers. Well, they're definitely not easy on fuel, that's for darn sure. All right, that will work on 400. Yeah, they'll fit on it. Well, actually, yeah, they'll fit. You'll have to put them on the rims for the 400. The rims that they're on won't work, but the tires themselves will work on a 400. 555. What are you doing, kitty girl? She has no idea what she's up to. She's just a goofy cat. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and get this cut out, and we'll see you next Sunday. We will be having a live next Sunday at 6 p.m., so stay tuned for that. Unless that falls through like last week, hopefully not. Hopefully all goes as planned. But I will see you next Sunday. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Super Bowl Sunday. Eat some fat snacks and have a good time. I will catch you guys next time.